What's going on, Wolfpack Nation? Welcome back for part 2, y'all, of our NC State Clemson preview, y'all. If you haven't checked out part 1, make sure to go do that first and foremost, y'all, where we go talk a lot about the defense, talk a little bit more about the Louisiana Tech game, some of the things we noticed that we hope are going to be focused, if not lengthened, or even changed a little bit as well from the Louisiana Tech game to the Clemson game as well. But here for part 2, I want to talk a good bit about CJ as... obviously he's going to be the poster for this game because
he's going to be the talking point, right?
He's going to be the talking point. And I mean, again, football is a quarterback driven game, 100% get it. And rightfully so. Yeah. And if NC State's going to beat Clemson, it has to be because it's going to be because CJ had a very good game. Mm-hmm. He doesn't need to necessarily be elite, but he can't play okay and us beat Clemson.
Yeah,
indefinitely. He has to be really good on Saturday, and we saw a lot of that. Against Louisiana Tech, which I'll bring up the stats here right now. But CJ, he threw the ball 20 times, 13 completions, so it was 65% completion percentage.
Yep.
Had 156 yards passing, so 7.8 yards per attempt. 0 passing touchdowns. He had 1 rushing touchdown, 1 interception. If I'm looking at it here, he had 1 big time throw graded per PFF, which is basically a tight coverage throw that was completed, but he also had 2 turnover worthy passes as well.
Yeah.
Looking back at his 24/7 scouting report, it does say in here from Andrew Ivins, director of scouting for 24/7, saying the point man at one of South Florida's top high school programs over the last few years owns a bit of an unorthodox throwing motion with a lower release point. Who do I know?
When I saw him throw it, it was just like Phillip Rivers in my mind. That was the first person that I thought of.
Yep. But then the last part of that sentence is he also says, but he has the size that everyone covets at the quarterback position and isn't afraid to challenge tight coverage windows.
Yeah.
So that tells me he's a guy that plays with confidence. And from what I saw on Saturday, that 100% transition to the college level as well. So, but how much do you think, Greg, that was because of the opponent that he was going against? Like, do you still expect to see that level of confidence heading against Clemson?
Yeah, I think if you're a fan, you need to pump the brakes. There's good reason to be optimistic and excited. You saw some really good things. Again, I'm not going to mention the person previously that wore number 16, but a lot of people said the same things about him in the very similar situation against similar opponents. And then when he went on the road against Duke, he kind of crapped himself. So again, in a game like this, you don't want CJ to feel like he has the whole world on his shoulders. You need to keep him clean. You need the playmakers to go make plays. Coach Doran always says, go make your layups. So if there's a play out there to be had and be made, go make it. If it's just a simple 3-yard gain, that's okay. Go live to fight another down. Don't do anything stupid. Don't put your defense in bad positions where, like we did against Tennessee, where they had 3 or 4 drives starting in our territory. Those are recipes for disaster. So, go out and just do what you've been doing. I think that you'll see a little bit more of the playbook opened up for him now that he'll have a full week of prep. They'll go find things that he does really well and keep, hammering those things. I think, I don't know if you're going to have quote unquote a simple game plan. He's shown a propensity to go out and do things and make plays and have a kind of a moxie to him. So let's go see what he can do. Just play within yourself. Don't try to be Superman.
No, exactly right. Well, especially because, again, and don't be Superman. That was honestly the expectation for Grayson coming into the season period. And that's still 100% is the case for CJ, that listen, just go get the ball to Noah, get the ball to Hollywood, get the ball to KC, whatever, get the ball to Jolie. Like, you have these weapons, use them. And so here's my next question to you, Greg, is, with Anai, it's going to be interesting in terms of game plan for this week, because on one side, you want to make things simple for him, KISS for him.
Yep.
But on the other side as well, just like you said, got to be creative, got to be willing to take a little bit of risk in a game like this. You got to be aggressive. You got to play to win.
I think when you say risk, though, it needs to be kind of high percentage risk, right?
Correct.
Just smart risk plays. because again, like I said,
Design risk.
Yeah. Again, like I kind of was joking I think it was the first episode. Maybe it was this one. I can't remember. It's late as we're recording this. Like, what's the over under for trick plays? We really haven't seen that from State this year. Like,
nope. Just the one really against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Which was definitely a trick play. It was weird.
But so again, the creativeness. Take the crowd out of it early. Go punch them in the mouth, like you say, and make them play from behind, and then you can just kind of unleash. But I keep hammering this point home. Like, we got to go tackle. The one big play that they scored on the touchdown Louisiana Tech did, minus the black in the back, that was pretty obvious. You had 3 tackles that could have been made before that even happened. Missed tackles against Tennessee hurt us. Just go out and just wrap up. I know that's easier said than done, but just go out and just tackle. Don't try to do anything fancy. Just go make a tackle. If there's a chance to knock the ball out when you've already got 2 guys draped on them, then sure, go punch for the ball. But just wrap up. We got to wrap up.
That's right. Yeah, just live to fight another day. Bend but don't break.
Yeah.
Like if you give up some yards, whatever, but give up 0 points instead of any. Give
or
3
points
up instead of a touchdown. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So just don't ask CJ to get you a comeback from behind. Like ideally.
Well, at least not a big one. If you're within a score, that's reasonable. Yeah, but you're to your point. I don't think you want. I don't know if you can, because you're not going to rely on the other team to make mistakes. Like more often than not, that's how you're going to win games when you're behind. Is the other team's going to throw the game away, and you're not going to always make the play to win the game, if that makes sense.
100%. 100% agree. Yeah. And I mean, this is kind of a game too, where I think that if you get down at any point 2 possessions, that's danger territory just with CJ.
Yeah. But again, too, if you do get down a little bit, don't just shutter your game plan. I feel like too often than not, and when you get down a couple of scores, then you start pressing, and then that's when you start, seeing the snowball effect, like we did against Tennessee. We got down a few, and then we just started making even more mistakes, and then they just become compounded, and then next thing you know, the route is on.
Yep, agreed. But I mean, I think that for this game, if I look at here, the coverage,
it'll be as you're doing that. It'll be interesting to see like kind of what the game plan is, right? Like watching it unfold. Will it be because when the Tennessee game, it was talking about the ball control offense, try to keep Tennessee's potent offense off the field. You don't really have that with Clemson. They don't really screen 1-2 plays touchdown. They're a lot more methodical team. So again, I still don't know what Clemson version you're going to get because they've only played 2 games, whereas we played 3. They're coming off of a bye. So what is it that you're going to get from them?
And before we get going back into this amazing interview, we want to take a quick second and tell you about Flatlands Jessup Insurance Group that has your whole world covered with agents in 5 different offices throughout Eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need, offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flatlands Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flatlands Jessup. You can also visit their website at www.flatlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out. Yeah, absolutely. And because the point I was going to make was that Clemson's linebacking core, who is always going to be a very stout elite linebacking core, just with Dabo Swinney, and that's his huge focus is strong linebackers. But they haven't played their best up until this point, which again, keep in mind, yes, 100%, they've only faced Georgia and App State. So, can understand that to a point for sure. But that's why I'm still looking at Justin Jolie and what he's done so far. Like, he came from UConn with the opportunity to make more of a name for himself. And I think this is the game that can set up that way, that, instead of looking outside, listen, go take advantage of, opportunities where you can in the linebacking core area. And, because even what we saw, it looked like that he definitely had some just as much confidence from CJ as Grayson did. So go take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's a defense that's only had 2 sacks.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Kind
that's
of
a good point.
Uncharacteristic kind of thing for Clemson defense.
Well, and also too, the best performing players on the defense so far have been freshmen or sophomores as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, they're a very young team. Again,
very young team.
This is a team that Dabo doesn't really go out and do the transfer portal, and they don't really do the NIL thing, and so you're going to see these teams be built, kind of a hodgepodge of some veterans, but you're also going to sprinkle in those highly touted young guys.
Yep.
So,
well, and it's interesting
go test them.
Well, it's interesting that like Kevin Concepcion. So if we look back at the Louisiana Tech game, Kevin Concepcion got 10 targets.
Yep.
Noah Rogers got 6.
Yep.
He had
3
Wesley
catches,
Grimes
right?
4. Say again.
Noah had 3 catches or 2 catches.
3 catches. Yep.
3 catches,
37 yards. Yep. Wesley Grimes 4 targets. Dakari Collins 3 targets. Just Jolie 3 targets. Jordan Waters 1. Terrell Anderson 4. Anderson 4 targets, but only 1 catch for 7 yards. So,
so this is a game for me too, right? That you just mentioned Dakari Collins, a former Clemson player. Like this is his return back to Clemson. Dakari's had a nice early season. He's built on that on from the last part of the season. Now his numbers don't scream or jump right out, but he's been very solid, very consistent. Yeah. Again, it's just to your point, we haven't really taken the deep shots, and I feel like Jolie has been like probably the most productive wide receiver, or not even wide receiver, but pass catcher. I know people probably will say KC, but like numbers wise, Jolie's average has been so good. KC got destroyed because he's catching the ball, within 1 to 3 yards, either plus or minus the line of scrimmage. It feels like, we love getting these bubble screens out to him. I want to see Casey go vertical, get him out in space. We kind of talked about on the live show. Yeah. Let's see what we can do with some of these toys. And let's take them out of the box and let's go play with them.
Yep. But also the other thing as well, I mean, that I think is really huge, and we talked about it in the live stream a little bit. You got to establish a run game. Like, we got to get something going in the run game.
Be respectable. I mean, you don't have to wow them, but they need to respect it.
Yeah, 100%. Well, especially because, again, this is an offensive line that is so senior-led. Again, 4 of these starting offensive linemen are graduates.
Yeah. So, I'm curious to see, do you see more RPOs now with Bailey in there, right? Because of his athleticism. Like, you haven't seen really any RPOs. I mean, you've seen a few, but that's not really Grayson's thing. So,
the only thing I ask, though, is that like even you said it, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Well, now you're asking a quarterback to make a read from RPO. So do you think that that's a little risky, or do you, hey, listen, go for it?
Does he do it well, though? That's what I'm saying. Like do things that he does well. I'm okay with if you've given your freshman quarterback the tools to be successful. Like, don't make it too complicated for him. Go do what he feels comfortable with, and I'm sure they're having those discussions in these team meetings. It's like, okay, like, give me the plays, CJ, that you feel like you have a really good grasp on, and the coaches can see it, watching their film from practice. So like, okay, he does this well, let's play to this strength. And I'm excited for him. Like I said in the live stream, and I didn't mean it disrespectful, but he doesn't know any better. Like, he's just going to go in and play ball. He doesn't know the hype of Death Valley. He's never played there. I don't think he's going to be at all. He's played in, Florida State championship games. He's played on national television multiple times before he even got to state, to what you had mentioned in the live show. I think he's built for these moments. I do. But again, there's going to be growing pains. He's a freshman. Like, what exactly. Even Phillip Rivers, as good as he was his freshman year, he still had moments where you were just like, what were you thinking? You saw that interception against Louisiana Tech where, they kind of hid coverage from him. The number 10 from Louisiana Tech was just kind of playing behind. And I don't know if you've watched the replay of the game. He never saw him. Like number 10 was kind of just behind some linemen, and then he kind of just was watching the play and then slid right into the passing lane. Yep. That's probably what Clemson's going to do. They're probably going to do a really good job of disguising coverage. He's got to be able to read that. But here's the one thing I want to say before I turn it back over to you. I think this is a game where those in-game headsets for a freshman quarterback, I think that's going to be a big thing where you can kind of just help him along as from the coaching standpoint of what you're seeing and kind of talking him through some of these things. Agreed.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because I mean, just for those, just a kind of reminder. So again, one of the new things this year for college football is the ability to have in-helmet radio communication instead of getting the hand signals end of the play. Basically, the coordinator can talk directly to the quarterback through an earpiece in the headset. And not only can he tell the play, but he can even talk through all right, if you see man coverage here, hit the X. If you see cover 2, hand it off to Waters, something like that. And so he can talk through all the way, if I'm correctly, all the way up to the snap. If I'm
15 seconds.
15 seconds?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So 15 seconds left in the play clock.
Yep.
He can still talk to the quarterback up to that point, which is huge. So we'll see what happens for sure. And I think it's going to be, it's going to be one of the most hilarious things if NC State could somehow find a way to win this game. And this quarterback that, Clemson and the national media have been begging to highlight with Kate Klubnik.
Mm-hmm.
And if CJ Bailey could come out of it with the win, that'd be crazy.
Well, I think to that point too, I think the national media is still waiting for Klubnik to show up on the national stage. They're because this is a noon game, ABC, so this is a pretty much a national audience.
Yep.
That narrative. So it's not there's still a ton of pressure on Clemson to go out and perform, especially at this number, 20 and a half points, home field.
Yep.
They're 1-1. They got beat by a top ranked Georgia team. Are you gonna go handle service at home and keep it moving, or are you got to get beat by an upstart kid making his first collegiate start? So there's pressure there for them as well.
100%. So last question, which I'll ask you, Greg, is kind of a twofold. But what is your key to this game, and what is your prediction for this game?
Yeah, I think I kind of said it earlier. Is keeping CJ clean. You have to give him an opportunity to be successful. If he's running for his life, I don't think you're going to be in for a good day. And then my other key, again, it's simple. Just go tackle. Just go, like you said, fight for another day. We've given up some big plays at times in these first couple of games. You had the big run against Western Carolina the quarterback had. You had the long touchdown pass last week against Louisiana Tech, and then you had a couple of big plays in the Tennessee game. So you got to minimize those big plays, those chunk plays, and then, like Coach Dorn said, go make the layups. As far as a prediction, I mean, you're asking an awful lot of CJ Bailey to go into a hostile environment, probably the most hostile environment in all of ACC play, to make his first collegiate start. That's a tall task. I think he's going to do well. I think Clemson's got to win. I know in my preseason pick, I had State winning this game, but things are a lot different. I mean, we kind of talked about that, while we were making our preseason predictions. Game 4. You don't know who's going to be out there, and obviously we didn't think Grayson McCall was going to be out at Game 4, but I think State covers for the first time this year. I do. Give me Clemson 37, State 24.
What's going on, Wolfpack Nation? We are interrupting this episode here real quick here as we are going to talk a little bit about two specific Oconee Gold barbecue sauces, y'all. Specifically, the Oconee Gold Spicy and the Oconee Gold Jalapeno, y'all. Now, again, I can't necessarily promote products if I haven't tried them myself. I'm not really much of a spicy guy, but I got to try them. So with that being said, let's start first and foremost here with the Oconee Gold Spicy. So first of all, again, y'all, check out the beautiful color on that wing. Let's get into it. That's good. Not overly spicy. Definitely got some kick to it though, for sure. You still definitely taste that brown sugar. There's definitely a little bit of that heat in there. Again, I'm not much of a spicy guy. A little bit of spice, but not overbearing for sure. Very, very delicious even still. Getting that sweet and that spicy. Now let's move on to the jalapeno, y'all. So this one has more of that mustard flavor, but also still with that spice, specifically that jalapeno flavor. Again, not a huge spice guy, but really, really good. Yeah. Even though they may seem similar, two completely different pieces because you got the brown sugar base versus the mustard base and jalapeno versus spicy. They're both very, very delicious, not overbearing whatsoever. So again, y'all, make sure to go and click down the link below. Use that Coney Gold website link, and make sure to use that code Tuffy Talk to get 15% off your entire order, y'all. And if your order is over $99, you also get free shipping as well. They got a huge variety of flavors, rubs, merchandise, you name it. So go check it out here today and try it for yourself. Go Pack, y'all.
Wow. Okay. It's pretty high scoring.
Yeah,
So,
I think it will be.
yeah.
I think it will be.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's one of two.
I hate picking state against state, though. You know that, right? Like,
oh yeah, I know. I mean, the two keys were kind of a battle in my head as you were talking between the offensive line on the pass defense, but also to the run side. Can they create some holes for Jordan Waters, for Kendrick, for Hollywood? Can they keep CJ clean? But I'm actually going to go with the defensive line. They really need to step up. They need to step up. Like up until this point, I would say it's been less than par in terms of where they need to be. I mean, 6 sacks combined so far over 3 games, and 2 of those games being against Western Carolina and Louisiana Tech. Like that's not good enough. And I mean, especially in a game like Clemson playing on the road, you gotta grab momentum. You gotta have those momentum changing plays, and sacks and pressures on the quarterback are going to be a huge proponent in that. Yeah. So, but also too on the run defense side as well, just like you were saying, keeping Phil Maffa under wraps. Yeah. Like that's got to start up front on the defensive line. Yeah. So, because I mean, like linebacker, I feel like linebacker playing well and CJ playing well, those are toss ups. So I think that the defensive line stepping up, somebody besides Davin Van getting called, just like you were saying, Greg, is going to be so huge for this game. So again, I'm feeling good. You know what? I'm feeling good for this game. I'm going to put a lot of faith, in that Doran's going to have these guys ready that this week. I mean, it is just beat Clemson, beat Clemson, beat Clemson. Like nothing else matters besides just beating Clemson. Yeah. And I think that CJ, what we saw in the second half and the camaraderie that he had with the weapons is going to pay a big difference. And also I think as well that, I think the offensive line is tired of getting, dirt thrown in their face. And I think they step up and step in big. Yeah. So I'm going to go absolutely on a limb here. And especially because, people say all the time that our thumbnails are clickbait. You know what? No, I really do believe in this team. And I had even circled before the season and said that State was going to win. So I'm going to stay by that. Yeah. And I'm going to say 31-28 with a field goal being the game winner.
So we're making an NIL donation?
Not a last minute game winner.
Yeah, I told you it didn't have to be last minute.
But well, that's why I'm just saying, like, my prediction is not to say that's going to come down to a last second field goal, even though that'd be so sick. It's not even funny. Yeah. But 31-28 NC State win.
I like it. I know I'm usually the homer. Look, and I still believe this team can win. I honestly, I hate picking against NC State. I don't want people to be like, oh, he doesn't like NC State. I absolutely love NC State. But I mean, if we're going to give honest feedback, that's just kind of how I see it. And I want to eat crow so bad. Like I will put it on. I'm not doing one of those stupid like FSU guy things where I'm, going to go out and kill a bird and put it on a sandwich and grill it with Oconee rub. But I would love to be wrong. I'm going to be in Death Valley on Saturday cheering my butt off. Win, lose, or draw. I always wear my NC State proudly, even in wins and in even losses. So no matter what happens, I'm there supporting this team. Yep. And I would love for us to get a win, an ACC road win, and kind of shut some of these people up.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, no, again, it's going to be a great game, and I'm really hoping that as well. And again, like it's so funny. This game could go 100 different ways. It really can go 100 different ways. Yeah. So, especially with it being so early in the season. And so anyway. So we'll just leave it there. So
we owe our listeners a question and answer. Remember about the uniform?
Oh, that's right. Right. Yeah.
You got to give them what they want.
I do. I totally forgot about that. Let me bring it back up here. It was actually from a Clemson fan named Jonathan Hall asking, "What was y'all's favorite uni of all time for football?" Greg, do you want to answer that question first?
I see what you did there. Put it on me.
You want me to answer it? It's an easy answer for me.
Go for it. You go for it first.
2016 Notre Dame. The diamond logo bring back. Oh God,
that one right there.
So sick. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I got some dust. I got to dust that.
It was sick. On top of how epic the game was, but I still say that if that game had like blue skies and beautiful 75-degree weather, those uniforms would have shined so pretty, man. It's not even funny. So I'm gonna stick by that.
Before I give you mine,
what's up
with the Tuffy head? Are you oversized Tuffy or with pinstripe Tuffy?
Oversized Tuffy.
Oversized
Tuffy.
Yeah, I thought it was a little much at first. It kind of reminds me of the Bucks. Not that I had an intention to bring up the Bucks, but they have that oversized logo on it, and I wasn't a big fan at first, but it's different, and I think that's what makes it so cool.
Exactly.
So my favorite uniform,
the one we went in.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
The ones we went in. Yeah.
If we're gonna do like an actual game uniform, I still love when we went the slobbering wolf on the helmet. Though I wish that was an oversized slobbering wolf. I think they kind of missed a chance to make that really, really pop. But I loved how they had the bricks on the uniform. So if I'm going to go special game uniform, that would probably be it. But if we're just talking, regular season game, I think I like. I think I like red helmets. I think I like red.
Yeah.
I kind of like when we went like red helmets, red jerseys, black pants. It's kind of just a different combination. But I like anytime we pull out the black. I don't have to necessarily go black helmets, but I like it when they pull the black pants out. It's just a little different.
Agreed. 100%. No doubt.
Yeah.
So. But then second place for me would be Louisville 2017, the chrome face mask with the ball black. Yep, that guy. Yep.
This guy right here. Yeah, that's
second place for me.
Yeah,
that's second place. So
I liked when we did the military camo, the black mat with the gray camo. That was a Syracuse game, 2017, 2018, I want to say.
2017.
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah, that was a sick one.
Mm-hmm.
I do like when they bring out those. I like when we did the white camo jerseys, military appreciation night. That's one of my favorite. Anything military kind of hits me because of my past.
Sure.
Yeah, we've come up with some good ones. The blood moon one, that was a pretty cool jersey.
Ooh,
yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Absolutely.
I wish they would I know you kind of do these things one time, but sometimes I think they should just kind of come back every now and then.
Why not? I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So anyway, y'all, again, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our new episodes, y'all. Make sure to click that link down in the description below. Go check out Oconee Gold Small Batch Barbecue Sauce, y'all. Get all those amazing barbecue sauces, that amazing dry rub, and use that code Tuffy Talk to get 15% off your entire order. If the order is over $99, you get your order shipped to you for free. So make sure to go take advantage of that here today. If you're listening to us on iHeart, podcast, Spotify, you name it, leave us a 5-star review as well. We would greatly appreciate that support. Make sure to hit that like button if you also want to support us on YouTube as well, and give us a follow. Tuffy Talk Now on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, y'all. But we love you guys. Let's hopefully celebrate here in a few days with a huge win over Clemson in Death Valley, y'all. That is my hope. That is my prayer. Let's make it happen. Let's cheer loud and let's see what happens, y'all. Let's enjoy it and hopefully have a big CJ game to celebrate. With that being said, we'll see y'all soon, and go Pack, y'all.
Go Pack, y'all. Be Clemson.